So they try to get you to act out in violence, and when you don't act out in violence, they force a situation. They try to provoke you to either act out in fear or act out in violence, and like from anger. So if you act out in fear, what happened to me was people were living on the 7th floor where I lived at the Louisa Flowers apartments. They were harassing me. Something there, it goes deep. I'm just trying to keep it short. So basically, they harassed me. I went outside. A dude acted like he was, before I went outside, it was guys playing in the hallway acting like they was finna jack me. One had his hand in his pocket acting like he was finna jack me. And I was like, but they were playing games. One went on an elevator, went upstairs, went down the hallway and came down on the elevator on the other side. And they were playing games with me, so to scare me, to make me think no matter which elevator I choose, something's gonna happen. This is something that they think I forgot though. When I was gonna go down the staircase with my son in the stroller, and I was gonna ditch the stroller and just go down the stairs, I started hearing the gas sound like it was turning on. Like not the gas, but either the gas or the water. It sounded like they was making it turn on, like they was turning it on slowly. And you know, basically the whatever that hydrant was, you know who was involved in that, right? The guys that are the engine boys. I'm just connecting them into this too. That's why on someone else's channel they're showing the engine boys following them around like they did me. At first TikTok was blocking they banned my other channel, my other page, because I showed the evidence of them following me down the street at night, and then they went all the way back. They went back to the station. So basically what I'm saying is they try to orchestrate to make you look crazy. So what happened was, the chance that I got to go in the elevator with a man who was walking with his son, I trusted that opportunity to go downstairs and leave out the house. When I left out the house, I saw a bunch of people walking to me with stuff like, oh, here's a coat, here's a jacket for my son, because the jacket that I had for my son, someone came earlier and threw some white powder stuff on the jacket that had this burning sensation. I didn't want that on my baby, so I removed it. The people knew what was happening earlier. They were watching the whole time, so they kept bringing me jackets. But what they bought to me, it messed with my mind, because I'm like, why are they giving me wet coats? Then some people were standing on the sidewalk. They lit a fire, so they made me think that the lady gave me a coat with a lighter in the pocket that was wet, because they were gonna light it, you know what, on fire. I don't know if TikTok's against that. But anyways, long story short, because a lady came up on me with the cops, and she was like, and now I caught the cops on you to get you in more trouble than you can get out of. When she said that, the cops was like, quick, grab her baby. They took my son and said they gonna beat my ASS if I don't get in the ambulance with them. They took me and put me in the psychiatric hospital for 3 days, increased it to 7, because they wanted to even though they knew that I was fine. Even the lawyer, she was like, oh, well, when I told her what that woman said to let her know that I think that this was an orchestration, she was like, oh, well, they said you were having psychosis, so maybe that's all it was. Maybe you just thought that you heard it. B, I wanted to slap I didn't want to be violent with her, but that's how I felt. I was like, B, do I need to slap some sense into you? I clearly at that moment I saw that they were playing with me. So I'm just saying this to y'all because they did that just so they can get legal documentation to say that I was delulu, that I was cuckoo, so that everything else that they did after that and forcing me into their programs was able to be justified. Say, oh, well, you were admitted. They said, these professionals with these degrees that are crooked said this about you, so this is why you need to go up in these classes or these programs, and have that on my record. Defamation of character.